257. Total number of valid votes, 731, 140, 731, 140. Total number of rejected votes, 30,481, 30481. Total votes cast, 761,621. 761,621. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any polling units where elections did not hold or the result cancelled?
Yes. Total number of cancelled votes, 23,097. They were cancelled in about 33 polling units across 13 local government areas. And most of the reasons are overvoting. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Any comments, any question? Any observation? Okay, thank you very much. Please submit your results. Thank you, Adama. Right. Just pass it over. Just as we did for this one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Okay, the next state is Katsina. Katsina State. So, Rek, introduce yourself, let the scope introduce himself, and he presents the result.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Yahya Makarfi Ibrahim, and I'm the Resident Electoral Commissioner, Katsina State.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Maazu Abakar Gusau, Vice Chancellor, Federal University Gusau, and I'm at the State Collation Officer as scope for Katsina State. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, the result for the presidential election held on 25th February 2023 in Katsina State are as follows. Total number of registered voters, 3516719. 3516719. Total number of accredited voters, 1097663. 1097663. Total number of votes received by the presidential candidate of each of the political parties are as follows. Party A, 255. 255. AA, 523. 523. AAC, 234. 234. ADC, 1405. 1405. ADP, 1798. 1798. APC, 482. 283. 482. 283. AFGA, 1391. 1391. APM, 603. 603. APP, 269. 269. BP, 327. 327. LP, 6376. 6376. NNPP, 69386. 69386. NRM, 1053. 1053. PDP, 489045. 489045. PRP, 1986. 1986. SDP, 339. 339. YPP, 1029. 1029. ZLP, 371. 371. Total valid vote, 105673. 105673. Rejected vote, 32514. 32514. Total vote cast 109187. 109187. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Scope. Are there polling units where elections did not hold or cancelled?
Yes, sir. There are 18 local governments where were affected, and REs affected, 95 PUs, and 51421 registered voters in total.
Do you have the breakdown by PVCs collected?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many?
44944.
44944. Okay, thank you very much. Party agents, any comments? Okay, please come forward to submit your report. Okay, let me before. This is okay. Can you sign in the stamp? Inside the stamp, sign. Okay, Nasarawa State is around, but will require a few minutes with the Collation Secretariat. So we take Nasarawa and then see if there are other states. We either take a break and come back, or if there are no other states, then we may reschedule for tomorrow and continue. So Nasarawa, please, Collation Secretariat, be fast so that we can take Nasarawa and any other state that comes. Thank you.
Hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, this is still Verdict 2023 and you're tuned into the network service of the NTA. Just before we came on back here, the INEC chairman, talking about Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has just stated that they're waiting for Nasarawa State to make a presentation. Already about 13 states have presented results as collated at the state level. Just a few moments he asked for before they reconvene again, to receive Nasarawa State for the presentation. Ekiti has presented. We've seen Ondo, Lagos, Kwara, Osun State, Yobe State, Oyo State, Ogun State, Enugu State, Gombe, Jigawa, Adamawa, Katsina, and now we're waiting for Nasarawa State. It's a race to finish, and of course, eyes are on the 4 key political parties out of the 18 political parties, talking about the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party, and the New Nigeria People's Party. Already APC has collated and has presented. Let me just take you through some of the result that has been presented. Ekiti APC is leading with 201,494 votes. Ondo State APC is also leading with 369,924 votes. Lagos State Labour Party is leading with 582 votes. 582,454 votes. Kwara State, APC is leading there with 263,572 votes. And for Kwara State, APC is leading with 263,572 votes. For Osun State, PDP is leading in that state with 354,366 votes. Yobe State PDP is also leading 198,567 votes. And for Oyo State, APC is taking the lead with 449,884 votes. For Ogun State, APC is also leading 341,554 votes. And for Enugu State, Labour Party is leading with 428,640 votes. For Gombe State, we saw earlier, PDP is leading with 319,123 votes. Jigawa State is APC is leading in Jigawa State with 421,390 votes. And for Adamawa State, PDP is leading with 417,611 votes. For Katsina State, PDP is taking the lead with 489,045 votes. We're all awaiting Nasarawa State, as stated by the INEC chairman. We've seen different intrigues play out during the day when the Collation Center was in session. We saw some political parties, majorly that's the PDP and the Labour Party, expressed their dissatisfaction with the electoral process and, not agreeing with what is being presented. But people have come out to say, well, the court is there if you have any litigation against whatever process that is ongoing now. But this is a race to finish, and Nigerians are optimistic that the electoral process, has been seamless. Some Nigerians, rather, it's been seamless. Everything has been going on smoothly as speculated. But we'll keep our fingers crossed, and for us here on the Nigerian Television Authority, we'll continue to dish it out to you as it is presented. Be sure of credible information when it comes to the Africa's largest television network. Okay, I've just been told that they will resume shortly, so let's go back to the Collation Center. Let's get an ambience to see if the session is back on. Let's see that.
Yeah, why we're gonna have the right?
All right.
Yes, you do. All I know we do this thing for me, we just disappear. Me, I can't carry back to where I can bring down. One day we don't sell. That was even too bad. Where this guy waka? The way this guy dey work, don't go to celebrate. You gonna say I saw that one. Which one CS they post it? I can't even to feel. I don't lose it. Come on. I don't lose it. What it does?
Collation Secretary, please hurry up.
No, you said I'm looking for what is it?
Now they are about to start listening.
And they have not sat down.
My mic good.
Okay. All right, welcome back. It's still the verdict studio as we await the INEC chairman to reconvene to proceed with the presentation of results as collated by the states. Welcome officially, Ruth Aguwele. 23 states to go, 13 states down, plus the FCT, of course. So much has played out. Expectations are still high. Nigerians, fingers crossed, we're waiting to see how everything turns out. It's a race to finish. Well, I have a guest in the studio who will be discussing on the ongoing proceedings, Mr. Njoku Emmanuel. He's an election and public policy analyst. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you've been following the proceedings,
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have. Before the election, collation, everything, yeah.
So far, what are your thoughts?
About what? The election itself, the process,
the whole
or the collation?
the process ongoing today. We saw a lot of intrigues, that played out today. Political party agents, particularly of the PDP and the Labour Party, and INEC is still standing firm to say, okay, this process has been seamless and everything will continue as stipulated.
Yeah, okay, so let me take it from the part of INEC and saying that the process has to go on. Yes, rightly so, the process has to go on. Because if you look at the election guideline does not, or the Electoral Act does not in any way say that if results are not uploaded on the IREV, that it will stop the process of collation or it will invalidate the collation that is ongoing. It does not in any way say that. So in as much as a lot of citizens were expectant, we are looking up to the transparency that the IREV assured, which is the reason why you saw a lot of voter turnout. Voter turnout, particularly around people who have never voted before, and not just people that just turned 18. People who are in their 40s, in their 50s, who have never voted before, especially people in the class of middle class, upper class, educated, students. These are people who in the past believe their votes don't count. Because you know how elections happened before when we're still doing manual accreditation and manual accreditation, yeah? It gave a lot of room for manipulation, multiple thumbprinting and ghost voters in the voter register. So the assurance of transparency that the IREV was supposed to give, which a lot of citizens were looking up to, because the IREV was supposed to give ownership beyond the beavers, that everybody can now follow the result and follow the process. So all of that, sadly, Nigerians are not saying it. I know for a lot of people, is disappointing.
Yeah, that's where the grievances are coming from.
Yeah, so the grievances, they are expected. And what I always say, when I say INEC is right in saying that the collation has to continue and the no result on the IREV, or the fewer results coming on the IREV doesn't invalidate the collation that is ongoing. I also think that the political parties are somehow kind of right in demanding that INEC should do the needful.
Because going by the Electoral Act 2022, electronic transmission of result is what has been included. And INEC has, given confidence, of that process that will play out. When we saw it play out in Osun election, so it worked. So that's why expectations were high, that the process should be the same.
So that's the expectation. So it's good you mentioned Ekiti and Osun. I observed the election in Ekiti State and in Osun State. And it was exciting. It was exciting because in that election, so on the day of the election in Ekiti and Osun, just by 9 p.m. on that same day of election, 95% of the results had already dropped on the IREV. By 2 a.m., 3 a.m. of the next day, INEC had already declared and returned the winner. So that was the expectation Nigerians were anticipating in this election, given what we saw in Osun. However, after Osun and Ekiti State, we engaged INEC and all the electoral stakeholders looked at the situation and said, Ekiti and Osun is a small off-cycle election, and now we are going to a big election with 176,606 polling units. That's a lot across the country. So we engaged and said, we hope INEC, expands their bandwidth. I'm not a tech person, but I understand they said they're supposed to expand their bandwidth as such that it will accommodate the traffic. So this is a big election. And because of the assurance of the IREV, it's expected that civil societies like mine, we had a situation room that ran for 3 days where we were following results and tracking the processes. Civil societies have invested in situation rooms. Typically, for this kind of election, any person running for office now, this is the time where you're supposed to have a situation room. Whether you're running for Senate or House of Reps or you're running for the presidency, situation rooms have been put up. Media houses are supposed to have situation rooms where they are collected. So we should have anticipated that there will be traffic on that IREV. And so what is happening here is disappointing. I'm sure INEC, they are very embarrassed. The whole country is embarrassed by what is happening. But it doesn't in any way stop the process from going on, as you've seen. Yeah.
Indeed, and when we want to look at the process in terms of satisfaction, going by what has been, displayed so far, are you satisfied?
I didn't get that. Sorry.
In terms of the process, the whole process, from the election down to the collation and presentation of this result, are you satisfied with the process?
Yeah, well,
based on your observation.
Yeah, so before we get to that point, you said something about electronic transmission.
Yes.
What is happening right now does not in any way mean that the results have not been transmitted. Because what the guideline says at the level of collation is that the beavers with which the election, they did the accreditation and they're supposed to scan the result and transmit, that should be done. And then at the end of every election, just so that we understand the collation process, there's collation, like the INEC chairman has said repeatedly, at registration area, ward collation center, then it goes to local government area collation center. So after the election and polling unit, results are supposed to be brought, hard copies are supposed to be brought with the beavers. And at that level of collation, which is the most important part of collation, and you know what made a lot of Nigerians to look up to this IREF and this transmission of results. You are aware that in the past, the weakest link in our election day process is the part of results handling and collation of results. After polling unit, a lot of things happen and polls will change, numbers will change.
People are always skeptical when it has to do with the manual
So
process.
now at the collation level, what is supposed to be done is that the collation officer at the registration area ward collation center must look at the physical results and then look at the results that were transmitted electronically or on the beavers. And the guideline says to compare. And if there's any discrepancy of any sort, that the one that is scanned on the beavers will override or will supersede the one that is physical. Now, the thing about this is the journey of the beavers ends at that level of ward collation center, at the registration electoral center. At that point, after tabulating the results and picking the results from the beavers, all of them will be tabulated inside the form EC8B, which is now the registration area collation center result. After that, the beavers doesn't go to the next level. What has happened in that collation center at the ward level is now that result that is taken to the next level, which is local government area collation. They are now going to be putting in the different ward results into what they call now the form EC8C without the beavers. Now, the most important part of our election day process, as we've seen, is what happens at the polling units and what happens at this first level of collation, the registration area collation center. And this is why it's important that political parties, as we still have election in the next 2 weeks, must invest so much in their party agents because they play the most important role. Why this is so is that if you put political party agents who are simply transactional, they may collude or they can collude at the level of the registration area collation center, and you may lose votes at that point. And after that point, the beavers will no longer follow through. Now, this is the part where the IREV is supposed to play a major important role for political parties to now oversight what their party agents have done at the level of that registration area collation center. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but it's good you mentioned the political party agents, because the numbers were there. We saw it, 1.47 political party agents were spread across. PDP has the highest, followed by APC, then the NNPP before the Labour Party. So in terms of having enough number of political party agents, now the major party showing the grievances is the PDP that had more political party agents. So in terms of the whole conduct, would you say where they're lagging behind?
So you won't blame them. You know why you won't blame them? INEC, for us, civil society, literally stakeholders, we keep assuring Nigerians of how this process will go, how every person will have the chance at every level of collation to be able to track the results. I know my cousins, I know brothers who are far away in Abia State telling me that they've checked on the results so far in the IREV, that their result that they saw in their polling unit has not yet been uploaded, though, that they are waiting for the results that they saw at their polling unit to be sure that is the same thing with what they saw. As at like an hour ago, that the result for their polling unit in far away Abia State has not yet been uploaded. So so you see the process, the transparency that the IREV was supposed to bring to bear. And it's not just saying that the process is transparent. The IREV was supposed to make everybody see the transparency as it is. So the political parties, of course, they may have the 176,606 party agents in every polling unit across Nigeria. But they also understand that some of these guys are transactional. So let me shock you. I've been in polling units on election day where you see 10 party agents of 10 different political parties. But before the end of the election, you see the big man, now I say the big man in quote, the big political man around that area comes to that polling unit, calls the agent to a corner near his car and gives everybody money. One
that
political
is an
party.
allegation.
Yeah, no, this is what I've seen as an observer. And every observer probably have seen this. So some of these guys are transactional. So when you have a party agent in the field, in one polling unit, far away somewhere in southwest Nigeria, and this happens, just know that that political party agent is going to collude against his own political party.
Are you trying to say, let me get you, Mr. Njoku, that there's a form of conspiracy or compromise, so to say, by political party agents?
Yes, it happens.
Against their own party?
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
That's why I say some of them are transactional. I've seen these things happen. So a political party agent pays their party agent 10,000 naira per election day, some 5,000, some 3,000. But some of them come there on the day of election. And like I said, the big man comes.
I thought it's about allegiance to your party.
Which allegiance? The big man comes and now gives everybody 50,000 naira each. Automatically they collude. Now, the IREV, the INEC result viewing portal, was supposed to help the political parties at the state level, at national level, to oversight what their party agents are doing at that polling unit and registration area collection center. That was what the IREV was supposed to achieve.
Okay, let me just hold that conversation there. We've been informed that the National Collation Center is ready to reconvene. So let's connect back to the ICC, the National Collation Center. So let's pick up from there.
I am Uthman Abdurrahman Ajidagba, rec for Nasarawa State.
Thank you very much. My name is Professor Tanko Ishaya, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Jos. I am the State Collation Officer for the presidential election scope of 25th February 2023 in Nasarawa State. With me is the REC, Dr. Usman Ajidaba. And I move ahead to present the results from Nasarawa State. The total registered voters we have in Nasarawa State is 1,000,000